Shalom, Kal Halayim La Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders and bishops, alright, who rule well, and who I learned the truth from. And Shalom to the 144,000 and the elect, Shalom and blessings, and the rest of the elect, Slakia. So this is just a quick video I'm going to do pertaining to the times that we're in. You know, we're in some heavy times, and you're gonna pretty much have more, you know, things aren't gonna go back to what people knew as normal, right? Things are gonna progressively get worse. So I'm gonna share two dreams that I had when I first came into truth, and this was probably 2008, 2009, right? I saw the apostles on YouTube in December of 2007, but these two dreams, I believe it was 2008. Yeah, 2008. I had these two dreams. All right, and I really had I had three significant dreams, but if it be Lord's will, I can share those. And pretty much, I'm gonna read the scripture first, and then I'm gonna share my dream. So this is Hosea. Alright, chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitude by the ministry of the prophets. You know, so the Most High will send brothers visions and dreams, you know, whether it be 10 years before, 5 years before, a year before the destruction, 20 years before the destruction. You know, and he'll speak, and then he'll use those men to tell those dreams to other men, right? And that's what I'm doing here. So, and then in the NLT it says, I sent my prophets to warn you with many visions and parables. So pretty much the first dream I had, right, I was walking through, and bear in mind, this is when I was like 16, 17 years old. And I was taking notes like a madman. Watching the apostles on 34th and 7th, right? The weekly videos, right? Brothers have to wait a whole week. You know, it'll be like a 15, 20, 25 part series though. And just scriptures are flying off, man. You're getting all kinds of edification and breakdowns and pretty much the truth, man. You know, the truth that's been hidden. So I didn't fully know what these dreams meant, but obviously I had an idea. So anyway, the first dream, I was walking through a field. I was walking through a field, and then pretty much, you know, there was a sense that people were among the woods, because it was like a field, and then you had the woods on the side, you know, thick woods, and you had those clothing lines, you know, those clothing lines where people, you know, back in the day, they dry their clothes on the line, right, on the clothing rack, but they put up like a wire or whatever from a tree to a tree. But what people were drying, people weren't drying clothes. You had human flesh on those wires. All right, you had pretty much human flesh. You know, so people killed someone killed somebody, and skinned them, and then hung up their flesh to dry. You know, and that was the end of that dream. And I'm like, oh man, that was vivid. And I believe in that dream, I believe I seen a lion too, right, as I'm walking through, and I was looking at the lion, and it looked at me, and I just walked by. You know, something said, you know, you're good. And I woke up, right? And I remember these dreams because they really had a big effect on me, you know, and they still do, because these are the times we're coming into. You know, so the next dream was pretty much we used to go to a brother's house right downtown. This guy Ibar, he's not in the camp anymore, but we used to go to that brother's house, and it's downtown, right, and it's in the hood, right? So you know, whoever is listening and was there, you know what I'm talking about. There was a Dollarama at the corner. There was a dollar store over there by Sherburne Street, and I was there at night. There maybe 30, like a mob of people, 30 to 50 people chasing me, running after me, right? And I was running for my life. And as soon as I turned that corner where that Dollarama is, right, there's a corner there that goes on Shooter Street. There's a big fucking line, man. A huge, like a big fucking line, bro. A big line that just came out of nowhere and started tearing up those fucking people. You know, it started chasing them away and tearing up whoever it caught. And then I woke up, and then you know, that was very comforting in the spirit, because you know, I always loved animals, and when I read scriptures about for example, this scripture, it's also, hold on. Right, Hosea 2 and 18.
Which like after
it says, and in that day will I make a covenant for them. What is a covenant? An agreement, right, with the beasts of the field, right, and the fowls of the air, and with the creeping things of the ground, and I will break the bow and the sword and the battle out of the earth, and will make them to lie down safely. So the Lord, you know, he's gonna set it up where you're gonna be good. The brothers are gonna be good. The brothers are gonna have a contract with the animals in the spirit. It's gonna go back to the time of Noah, where that fear, you know, that fear was on them animals, right, pertaining to man. You know, so that's gonna come back, man, right, in the spirit. And then the third dream I had, right, we were it was me and there was this Asherite from the world, right? He was a good friend of mine in the world, and we're in line, and there's a big ass line. And again, it's like a wilderness type. It's like there's a forest, but there's a fence where the forest is, and there's like barbed wire and shit. And we're in line, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I'm like in the dream, I'm like, what the fuck are we in line for? What's going on? All right, I'm looking up, and then as we get closer, there's still people ahead of us, but I could see the destination, and they're chipping people. You know, they're giving them the you know, they're giving them the charagma in the right hand or in the forehead. You know, and I'm seeing them, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And you know, in the world, right before, right, like a couple years, like when I was 14, right, a couple years before I, you know, I found the apostles, the Spirit led me to the apostles. I was watching Alex Jones, and I was watching all these conspiracy videos. And I'll be honest, man, without that foundation of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that shit would scare the shit out of me. Because in my mind, I said, yo, what's gonna happen? What's the end goal? That these guys are gonna really, you know, take over and, you know, do the works and all that. But as I had that dream, I was already learning the faith. I wouldn't say I was in the truth, but I was learning. And I was very serious about it, right? I got my notepad out, you know, I was taking notes, and this is coming from a child that pretty much, you know, you couldn't pay me to read back then. I had ADD, you know, couldn't sit down, read. I was taking notes, man. The Spirit was on me, so I understood. Oh shit, that's the charagma. And so in the dream, anyway, right? We're in the dream. We're going up, and like I said, I see the people getting the sea hip, and then something just, you know, we didn't make it's not like we thought about it or planned it. Me and him simultaneously, we just went to the right, and there was an opening in the fence, and we just ran in the woods, and we ran away, and I woke up. So that was heavy for me too. So those are three big dreams that I had that I still hold dear, because for me those were visions, man. Those are serious dreams and visions. And the time we're coming into, as in the time of Samuel, I believe, right? Let me get that. Right? These things are, remember, they're going to outlaw the scriptures, man. Right? And these things, these visions and dreams brothers have, is very important, man. When brothers put up videos of testimonies of their dreams. 1 Samuel 3:1, and the child Samuel ministered unto the Lord Yahweh before Eli. And the word of the Lord Yahweh was precious in those days. There was no open vision. right? And then it says in the NLT, meanwhile, the boy Samuel served the Lord Yahweh by assisting Eli. Now in those days, messages from the Lord Yahweh were very rare, and the visions were quite uncommon. So that's why I just brought that out, because I hold those visions very dear, and they're in the back of my mind, man, you know, because we're coming into a hell of a time, bro. We're coming into a fucking hell of a time. All right. Anyway, I hope this was edifying. As always, Kal Halayim La Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Bracha HaKodash. The blindness to the apostles, the GMS, elders, bishops, who I learned this truth from. And salutations and blessings to you 144,000 and the rest of the elect. Shalom.